Welcome back to Hannity here now with reaction to our opening monologue. All this breaking news out of Washington. The author of the best-selling book, Vengeance, former Speaker of the House, Fox News contributor Newt Gingrich. The most amazing thing here is this is supposed to be a special counsel on Trump-Russia collusion. The big indictment today, well, announced and leaked Friday, but announced today. Paul Manafort. Mr. Speaker, 31 pages, no Trump, Russia collusion, zero. But all these other issues I am talking about, the Fusion GPS dossier, the Uranium One deal, we have a boatload of evidence. What's your take?
Well, first of all, the United States Congress should open an investigation to protect the rights of Americans. You have an out-of-control prosecutor who was supposed to be looking into Russian collusion, who, think about this, Paul Manafort voluntarily showed up today, walked in, turned himself over, is not a threat to the public, was not a threat to flee. Yet, this summer, the Justice Department broke into his house at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Guns blazing.
Caught he and his wife in their pajamas.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you have to say to yourself, this is the most grotesque abuse. And then you look at, as you pointed out earlier, a 29-year-old who is now pled guilty to what? To having said the wrong thing to the FBI, having factually been wrong. He clearly lied. Would you like to go back and look at the Clinton staff, John Podesta? Notice that even the Susan Collins tonight, Senator Collins, said he's going to have to come back and testify, implying, I think, they did not tell the truth. You go back and look at all the people who've been lying, and we finally get down to a 29-year-old guy. Not that they convicted him of doing anything wrong in the meeting with the Russians, but he gave the FBI the wrong date. Now, wow. I think this thing is going to grow into a bigger and bigger and bigger scandal, and at the center of it is a corrupt Justice Department whose professional staff was totally in the tank for Hillary Clinton and has been grotesquely abusing its power.
You know, here's the thing that I can't get. Can you think of any reason on God's green earth that Barack Obama, Hillary, putting aside all the evidence that we now know they had, that Vladimir Putin had agents in America, bribing, extorting, money laundering, racketeering, they knew in 2009. Holder knew it, Mueller had to know it, Rosenstein knew it, the two guys in particular in this case. Why would Hillary or Obama, just on the surface of it, why would you ever give a hostile regime and a bad actor, Vladimir Putin in Russia, 20% of our uranium? And that's what he set out for? And we knew he set out and he was committing crimes to get there. How is that possible?
Well, I mean, first of all, if the numbers are right, and I think this is another thing Congress should insist on bringing in the information and compelling it to be delivered. If the numbers are right, there were various sources associated with this who gave $145 million to the Clinton Foundation through a Canadian foundation which could avoid the agreement they'd made with Obama about reporting their donations in the United States. Now, as bad as the Bill Clinton $500,000 speech was for a Russian bank, this is 290 times as much money. So you have to say to yourself, oh gosh, why would Bill and Hillary go through with a deal that might involve $145 million? Well, I'm going to be old-fashioned here, Sean. I know it's a shock. Follow the money. They wanted the money. This is about corruption. Hillary, from the time she made money illegally on cattle futures for her entire career, has thought she could get away with this stuff. It's only as it begins to unravel now that we begin to realize that this is truly horrifying. You have two attorneys general of the United States. You have the director of the FBI, Mr. Mueller. You have a local attorney who becomes the deputy, who then the attorney general, who then brings in Mueller. You have a level of corruption that's unimaginable. And let me say, quoting Alan Guelzo at Gettysburg College, who's a student of this, he believes this is the most corrupt presidency in American history. We've only touched the beginning of it,
about the
and it's going
Obama
to keep unfolding.
But you never got to my fundamental
question. The Obama
question.
administration is the most corrupt.
But is there any reason you can think of that you'd ever give 20% of the foundational material, American assets, to Putin and Russia? What did America get? What did Obama get?
They didn't care. They didn't. Well, I remember the Clintons got $145 million. They didn't care. Remember, Obama is the president who said to the then Russian President Medvedev, and was caught on camera, let us get through the election, and then we can be a lot more generous to you.
Right.
I mean, why would you think that these guys who are Looney Tune liberals, who have no idea of the real world, would have worried about giving Putin uranium? They were out of touch with reality. They're still out of touch with reality.
I got to ask you about
That's just
Trump.
a fact.
I got to ask you about the Fusion GPS story. I got to ask you about how corrupt the media is, and also, you won't believe what Hillary Clinton said about our coverage, about this show, of her scandals. Newt